What's up guys, welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
It's time to celebrate. Let's have a blast.
Feeling like I'm on top of the world, we kicked off the celebrations. Hopefully, I won't wake up to a heap of problems tomorrow. That's the only thing on my mind as we clinked our glasses, brimming with cheer.
Sir Vester, you must be feeling worn out,
Observed the agent to whom I had handed my report. It appeared he wasn't entirely convinced. This was exactly the outcome I had expected, yet I felt no remorse. When I faced the bill after sobering up, I experienced such intense regret that I suspect I've permanently numbed myself to it.
Well, you might have a point there. But don't worry, the report has been duly submitted, alright?
With that, I wrapped up our customary exchange. The verification of my report would occur later, but there was no questioning my responsibility. Well, there were some doubts, but the anonymous agent bore the brunt of the scrutiny, as evidenced by our enchanted call records. It unfolded exactly as Sir Dino had predicted. I'm thankful I sought his advice on the matter.
Volume 18 Prologue, A Clandestine Meeting, Part 1.
As Rimuru and the gang were immersed in a heated showdown with Rudra's army, an unexpected guest arrived in the midst of the beast kingdom of Eurazania. Dominating the landscape was the Sky Castle, a grand structure being built by a group of Mahjins. Geld, the overseer, had left the construction site due to the Eastern Empire's encroachment into the Great Jura Forest, pausing progress. Despite this setback, the remaining workers continued tirelessly with their tasks. Obera, one of the 3 Phantom Commanders, had ventured to this location. At the peak of the Sky Castle, in the Skyroom makeshift office, a tense meeting unfolded between Milam and Obera. Midley, standing behind Milam, silently observed the interaction. All other spectators had exited the scene as their presence was unnecessary. Milam had sent Carrion and Frey away, choosing to stay out of the conflict. Her main concern was to protect her territory, especially with the possibility of the Empire invading through her domain. To avoid any dealings with humans, Milam opted to stay back. It turned out to be a wise decision on her part.
Why are you here?
Milam asked the intruder who had taken the opportunity to show up. Midley stood firm, trusting in Milam as he waited for Obera's response. And then, Obera made her move. She shed her magical armor and kneeled before Milam, introducing herself respectfully.
It is an honor to meet you, Dragon Empress Malim-sama. I am Obera, formerly one of the 7 original angels and a loyal follower of Veldanava-sama, the Star King Dragon.
With ebony hair flowing like the night sky and eyes shining like stars, Obera was a striking figure, captivating all who laid eyes on her. Milam, ready for a fight, was taken aback by Obera's unexpected attitude.
Huh?
Confused, she found herself facing Obera's cheerful expression.
Looks like we've got some catching up to do since we've been living in separate worlds. While you were entering this world, I was off on a journey in realms beyond.
Obera shared with Milam in a calm tone, expressing regret for the delayed acquaintance. Intrigued by Obera's words, Milam wondered.
What do you mean by that?
Not assuming any hostility, Milam questioned.
With all your power, did you come here looking for a fight with me?
Obera reassured her, saying.
Not at all.
Curious, Milam probed.
Then why have you come?
To say hello and lend some advice.
Obera replied. Moving to a different location, the conversation continued in a makeshift reception area. Obera reintroduced herself and filled Milam in on the current situation. Upon learning that Velgrind, her aunt, had been captured by Feldway, Milam's immediate instinct was to rush to help Rimuru. But Obera warned her that it was already too late. Furious, Milam demanded.
Why weren't you here earlier?
Apologizing, Obera admitted.
I have no excuse for my delay.
Despite Milam's anger, Obera stayed humble and didn't offer any defense. Seeing Obera's genuine remorse, Milam let go of her frustration. Recognizing her own unreasonable behavior, Milam said.
Thanks for letting me know.
Obera's sincere bow conveyed her sincerity, reassuring Milam of her intentions. Confident in Rimuru's abilities, Milam declared.
Rimuru's always been the careful type. I'm sure he'll handle whatever comes his way just fine. Yes, I've got faith in Rimuru. And if you're saying you're not here to cause trouble for Rimuru, well, just know I won't stand for anyone messing with him.
Acknowledging Milam's warning, Obera promised.
I get it. I won't interfere with Ryomuru.
Their conversation helped in forming a sense of mutual understanding and respect between them.
I wish I could say I understand, but I'm feeling restricted in my movements. Right now, I think it's wisest for us to operate within Feldway's trust. What's your plan?
If Feldway gives a command, Obera promises to obey. But she's also willing to switch sides if Milam wants it. With her hair as dark as a lightless night, her eyes shine like distant stars.
I don't sense any falsehood in your words.
As you wish. To be honest, I vow to tell you the truth.
So, let me ask you this, what's your end goal?
With determination, Obera jumps in to reply when Milam asks.
Feldway seems to be bringing back Veldanava-sama, which I find sacrilegious. Your divine father will come back on his own. The difficulty in his return must have a deep cause. Deciphering God's will is quite the challenge for me.
In essence, Obera thinks that instead of reviving Veldanava, Milam, his daughter, should take over.
You're on my side?
I'm not one to presume. I'm here to serve you. No strings attached. I find fulfillment in helping you. Please, command me.
Everything unfolded according to Milam's desires, as Obera intended. Milam grasped this, yet was perplexed by Obera's determination.
So, are you willing to turn against Feldway?
No, it's just a matter of different opinions. It's Feldway who's straying from Veldanava-sama's will.
Obera asserts. Her firm tone shows her sincerity.
I firmly believe Veldanava-sama wants your happiness, his daughter. I have no mercy for those who want to harm you.
In short, this hints at a future betrayal. Obera sees Feldway as a threat to Milam and considers them enemies. But she's cautious. Instead of acting alone, she trusts everything to Milam. Ready to face any enemy at Milam's command, she risks her life to assist her. This is the true essence of the three Phantom Commanders Obera. Milam knows this too.
All right, I'll trust you and have you as one of my followers. Meadly, what do you think?
Absolutely, Milam-sama. I see no issues.
Great. From now on, Obera, you're with us. Carrion and Fry will meet you after the war ends, even though they're not here for now.
Thank you.
Ha ha ha. With Meadly in charge now, I've got my own 4 heavenly kings. Time to make Rimuro take notice.
Milam couldn't contain her laughter as Obera joined them, sparking the idea to name themselves the 4 Heavenly Kings, a move driven by a hidden sense of rivalry towards Rimuru's trusted allies. If Frey had been present, there might have been doubts, but Midley's presence smoothed things over.
I'm at the top. It's only right. I understand Milam-sama better than anyone.
Midley's loyalty to Milam was unwavering as he took on the role of leading the 4 Heavenly Kings without a second thought. His devotion made him the perfect choice. And so, the 4 Heavenly Kings of Milam were born. Obera, now part of the Heavenly King's circle, showed no signs of discontent and accepted her new role without hesitation. Milam's words were law to her, and her loyalty never faltered. But a decision loomed.
So, what should we do with Obera? Keep her here or send her as a spy?
This decision weighed heavily on Milam, who wished for input from Carrion, Frey, even Rimuru. But it was just Milam and Midley present.
What do you think?
Knowing Midley's lack of strategic thinking, Milam turned to Obera for an answer.
As for me,
Obera responded promptly.
I'd prefer to go back to the Palace of Monsters. Since I haven't materialized my body here, staying would necessitate the effort to do so. Furthermore,
Obera's responsibility entailed handling the cryptids in the alternate realm. Specifically, her primary mission was to closely monitor the movements of Ivaraj, the world-destroying dragon. Cornu, on the other hand, was tasked with invading other dimensions, while Zalerio focused on managing the insectors. With the pact forged between Phantom King Feldway and Insect Lord Zelenus, Zalerio gained newfound freedom of movement. However, establishing communication with Ivaraj remained challenging, and Obera remained physically constrained.
Insect Lord Zelenus and the world-destroying dragon Ivaraj? They seem formidable.
yes, indeed. Zelenus is formidable enough, but Ivaraj is exceptionally dangerous. It embodies a malevolence that seeks to annihilate worlds, making coexistence impossible. While its existence is permitted by Veldanava-sama's will, it must be prevented from escaping the other world at all costs.
Staying here would mean neglecting Ivaraj's surveillance. Obera aimed to ensure that Ivaraj wouldn't disrupt Feldway's plans.
I get it. We should keep an eye on him.
Okay.
So, I'm curious, what does Feldway plan to do to Ivaraj?
I was wondering the same thing.
Their lack of information on Feldway's plans made their questions understandable. Afterwards, Obera shared all the information she had.
Feldway was supposed to watch over Ivaraj for Veldanava-sama. But instead, he wants to bring back Veldanava-sama and ignore his duty. We're expanding the Underworld Gate, and once it's done, we plan to invade this cardinal world with all the phantoms and insectors.
So, expanding the Underworld Gate was part of a bigger plan.
Yes.
What happens after that though? If we can't close the gates, won't Ivaraj also be released?
That's a possibility, and I brought this up to Feldway. But he doesn't seem to care about that scenario at all. I don't understand what he's thinking.
Weird.
Feldway's actions seem irrational. It looks like he's okay with putting the world at risk just to bring back Veldanava-sama.
Feldway really hates this world for keeping him away from Veldanava. His plan is to rebuild the world, keeping only those he thinks are worthy. If Ivaraj ends up destroying the world, it might align with his plans.
So, we'll face the consequences?
This is a tough situation. Zealous is causing trouble. Maybe trapping him in another realm is the best solution.
Milam and Midley didn't look happy about the situation. They had plans to relax with Rimuru and the others, but now they had to deal with a war. And Milam was in a bad mood because of this new problem.
Okay, I'll handle Feldway myself.
I'm ready, Milam-sama. As one of the 4 heavenly kings, I, Midley, will fight Feldway at your command.
Great. You take this on, Midley. I'll join the battle as one of the generals. Together, we'll stop Feldway's plans.
I can't wait for it. I'm so excited that my arms are tingling. I'll show off what I can do.
Without Frey in the picture, it seemed like these two could move forward smoothly. But then Obera stepped in.
Wait a moment. I've been providing intel to Feldway and the others from the beginning of the mission. It appears that Emperor Rudra managed to capture Velgrin-sama's dragon factor. However, Demon Lord Ryomuru intervened at the 11th hour, causing the final plan to be put on hold.
Upon hearing this, Milam felt reassured.
Is Rimuru okay?
Yes, the mission is over, and Feldway is heading back.
Then maybe we shouldn't rush into anything just yet.
Agreed, Midley.
Feeling less excited, Midley and Milam calmed down. They decided to team up with Rimuru and the others instead of rushing into a plan. Sharing all the information was key, and Milam understood that.
Obera, keep an eye on Feldway until I say otherwise.
Got it.
Stay in touch with magic communication.
Understood.
Milam and Obera set up a communication wavelength between them. It took a lot of magic power to communicate across dimensions, but they had the skills to do it. They established a secure way to stay in touch, and the meeting wrapped up.
I'll be going now.
Obera said goodbye and left. Milam and Midley stayed behind, thinking about the conflict that might come.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Linnell Scarlett, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Montyboy98, D-Man, Ruben. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.